Today, we are going to discuss a little bit about what to do for a temporary fix when you're only going to have a few cold nights and then it's going to get warm again. So since we have to have our water lines disconnected, Gordon's going to redo our water softener, which he's working at right now. And we won't bore you with that because we already have a video of how to regenerate your water softener. So if you're interested in that, you can go and watch that. But today we're going to just show you what we are going to do because we're going to have 2 cold nights, and during the day it's not going to get that warm either. And so we will give you those few tips. So the first thing that we did is we went over to Walmart and we bought this bucket here to put the 3-stage clear source water filter in. That way, if anything should leak, this is going to catch any water, and it's tall enough that we will leave it in there when we travel, and it gives it a little bit more stability. So what Gordon's going to do is he's going to take his hole saw and he's going to drill a hole on each end, and then we'll put the clear source right inside of here and connect the water hoses through the hole so it sits right in there and we don't have to take it in and out and worry about the hoses getting all kinked up. All right, so Gordon's got his handy dandy hole saw here. We marked the bucket where the quick connects will go out of there and the hoses will come in, and he's going to drill away. Look at how easy that was.
Number one. Let's see how good you mark the holes.
Okay.
I
Told you we might have to have 2 stacked on top of each other, but we'll see. Peekaboo. Here goes the true test of how good I was about making sure that the holes lined up.
Oh, we're off a little bit.
Well, there's one.
That one's not gonna have to get a second hole.
Okay, this one looks good.
This one looks good. I'll be able to get into that.
Look at that. Sweet.
I might be able to get into that without doing anything to it. Just lift up a little bit on it, and that'll get us there.
Perfect. Look at there. And so now the water softener is in its own bucket, safe and sound.
And I'm gonna mark it again because when we first set it up, I marked which side was the inside and which side is the outside. That way I know which way the water's flowing. No confusions. So I'm just gonna redo my marks. That's all.
Do you want to put some on the outside of the bucket too so you can easily see the bucket?
Might do that.
Like right over here. In, out.
In. So if I know which side's in, I guess I can figure out which side's out.
You think so?
I hope so.
Okay. Well, we'll see. On to plan B. We have a different bucket. So we are going to use a bucket that we already had and change it out for, put the other stuff in the other bucket, because now this bucket here, we can actually put the hoses right over the top of it and it will stay in. We didn't allow enough room to keep the hoses all the way inside the bucket. So we're going to use this bucket, which works perfect. So hook it up, Gordon.
Yes, dear. Alright, so there's an in.
And you remember, when you live full-time in an RV, you always have to have things that have multi-purpose. Well, we needed something to lift the water filter up just a little bit, so we are using 2 of our orange leveling blocks that we very rarely use to lift it up just a little bit higher. Multifunction. And now is the time to put a little bit of insulation on the water hose. Keeping in mind that it's only going to be cold overnight for several hours. You don't need to go all crazy with like heat tape or anything like that. Just a little insulation will go a long ways in a situation like what we're going to have. So we're going to just put a little bit of that on here, and we'll use zip ties a couple of zip ties just to hold it on. So Gordon thinks that the water softener is ready to be tested. First, is it salty? No, it's not salty.
Let's get started. Here, how about I hold that bottle for you?
And with our water softener hardness sticks here, which you can find on our Amazon affiliates page because I added them to it today because I needed to order some. We're gonna test it and see. It didn't turn red right away. All right, well, three seconds.
Right,
look at that. Ooh, it's perfect today. So the reason why I'm so excited is because yesterday we did this, and the water here in this park is just so hard that we had to do it again today. So it really didn't get to where we wanted it yesterday, so we're redoing it, and this makes me super excited.
Soft hair.
Soft hair. So the water softener is finally done cleaning, and Gordon has it set inside here. He's got the clear source water filter hooked into the water softener. The water softener is in its bucket, so if it leaks, it catches all the leaks, and then this hose is going to go into the wet bay and hook into the RV, and that way we don't have to worry about frozen pipes or frozen water hoses when it gets really cold.
That's the hope.
That's the hope.
So, of course, drip test, drip, 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 drip. So now I gotta kind of do another connection. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the quick connect off of it and just do a direct connect to the water softener instead, because it was the quick connect that was dripping, and it wasn't dripping a lot, just a little bit.
It was more like
drip,
drip,
wait 10 seconds, drip,
drip.
But a whole bunch of drips equal a whole bunch of water,
right? So we're gonna fix that.
Exactly.
Woohoo! We got it done, and no leaks.
No leaks yet. All right, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. So the yellow hose is the water coming from the spigot, connects to the inlet on the water filtration system, the clear source water filter. Then the outlet from the water filter comes into the inlet of the water softener, and then this blue hose from the water softener comes around and connects to the trailer's water supply.
Whew! What a circle!
It is. Now, so that really reduces the number of hoses and areas of concern for freezing, because everything in here is heated. So we insulated the supply line, and then since we're only talking 27, 28 degrees for a couple hours, we'll just put a towel or a blanket around the Y splitter at the faucet.
Like I said, everything has to have multi-uses, so we're going to take Sky's truck blanket and cover the spigot.
Insulation.
Insulation, right? It'll keep it warm and cozy.
Sky don't mind, she told me.
She won't even know. We won't tell her.
All right.